So we have our techies here and costumers, and the actors are now starting to come out. They have mics and costumes and makeup that they have to try and get out of. But we have right here Riley Russell. Riley was the lighting designer on this show. And he also, along with Caitlin Campbell, they designed the sets. And so all the sets here are student designed, student built, student painted. All the lighting is done by the students. The sound is all done by the students. And the show is run by the students, and our stage manager is Danielle Lure. She calls the show. And so the faculty we always sit out in the house and watch the shows with our fingers crossed. And usually they go pretty well, very well. And we have costumers over here. And I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Maddie Webb, and I was the designer for the show. Hi, I'm Karen, and I'm a dresser for the show.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I'm also a dresser for the show.
And while we're waiting on the actors, if anyone has any questions for the tech crew or the costumers.
I'm the runner.
A couple of questions. Are these LA acoustic speakers, or which series of speakers are these?
Pardon?
What series of speakers are these line arrays?
Line arrays?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You mean what brand?
Yeah.
Oh, we got them 10 years ago, and they were made in Germany. And they were we had to send them our colors of the auditorium, and they actually painted them with the color. So.
Oh, they're D&B speakers then.
They're what?
D&B speakers.
Okay.
The house right isn't working, by the way. These speakers on the right-hand side aren't fine. The house left speakers are fine, but not the house right. So there might be something up with the system.
No, I'm pretty sure they're both working.
Is anyone hearing from over there?
Yeah, you probably, because you're on that side. We have sound coming up.
It just now turned on.
Oh, was that Savannah? Our sound gal up there,
Yes.
Savannah.
I was going to check with her.
Any other questions? Yeah, by the way, our sound system here, when it was put in 2008, it was actually $1 million, and we had the best sound system in all of Orange County. Even Segerstrom was right there with us, but $1 million sound system here. And so we have all state-of-the-art equipment. We just got new boards, new sound boards, Yamaha CLs. We have 2 of those. We have a Yamaha M7. These are all digital programmable boards, and the students learn on them. And one of the gals who graduated 4 years ago actually got a full scholarship to USC in their sound design program, and she is now the head sound engineer at Stanford University. So she did pretty well. Any other questions for tech crew or costumes?
How do screenwriters fit into the program?
Screenwriters? Oh, we'll get to the dramatic production in just a minute.
Yeah, they have a dramatic production class here where the kids actually write their own plays too. It's a great academy, and now we have some of the actors and actresses here, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Foster. I'm a senior. I've been an APA here for 4 years.
Hi, I'm Carson. I'm a senior here too, and I've been in APA for 2 years.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm a junior, and I've been at APA for 3 years.
Hi, I'm Isabel. I am a senior. I've been in APA for 4 years, and I'm an acting major and dramatic production minor.
I was not on tonight, but I will be on tomorrow.
I was Broussard, the French guy.
I was Henry.
I was Aunt Dolly.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I played Dorothy. I'm a junior. This is my 3rd year in APA, and I'm an acting major and a dance minor.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I've been in APA for 4 years, and I'm a senior, and I'm an acting major. I played Mrs. Spofford.
Hello, my name is Chloe. I am a senior. I've been in APA for 4 years, and I'm an acting major, dramatic productions minor, and I did musical theater. Oh, wait. I also played Lorelai.
Okay. Any questions for the actors or actresses? Or how about any questions? Oh, over here. Okay.
How well are you able to, what's the balancing act of being a dramatic production major and then having a minor, or having dramatic production as a minor? Is that, do you find yourself having a lot of class work, or is it just all fun because you love it so much?
It is really fun. I direct in dramatic productions, and we put on 2 sets of shows each year, 10 minutes that our playwrights write, and then 1 act, and then we get the opportunity to direct them. And it's not a lot of homework. You just need to be engaged in class. And then regarding dramatic productions and adding a minor underneath, or changing that to your minor and adding a major, it's not a lot of work as long as you have a good work ethic and you're really passionate about what you do.
Does anybody have any? Okay.
How do you change so quickly?
You may want a costume question over here too.
We have costumers to help us with that. So for Dorothy's 0.5-second quick change, there were 2 costumers helping me, and it went really smoothly today, and I'm very happy.
Does anybody have a question for the costumers? I know there's a few. Yep.
About how long did it take you to create all of these costumes?
So majority of these costumes, because we have a stock in the warehouse, we just pulled them from our stock. So nothing today was actually handmade. It's mostly just pulled from antiques, or we borrow from other theaters. But typically when we're doing a show and we are hand making, it takes about 3 weeks.
Any other questions for costumers?
Did anyone here see Phantom of the Opera a couple weeks ago? Now that show, the costumers were very, very busy. That was a costume-rich show. And that's another thing. We just finished Phantom of the Opera, not last Sunday, but the Sunday before. We closed Phantom of the Opera, and there was a huge set here. And they made that go away, and they had this one ready to go a week later. And so it's just one thing right after the other here at APA. There's a main stage show in here, an APA main stage show every month, and sometimes we have 2 of them. This is the last month was musical theater, this month drama, next month MMET, and at the end of the month dance. And so it just goes, and the costumers and the techies are very, very busy here. And of course, we have great facilities, we have great instructors, great directors for the actors, the musicians, the musical theater students. Okay, any others?
Okay, good.
Okay.
This is a question for everybody and anybody. Was there anything particularly challenging in putting up a show based in the 1920s?
Tell her about this set with Paris.
Okay, so for this set, a lot of it is, we have one that's based in New York and one that's based in Paris. And so for the Paris one, we did a lot of research about like Art Deco and a lot of things that were going on in that era and the trends that were going on, like where it was based, and chose like a style. So that was something where you had to like make a lot of choices about and do your research. So do you have anything to
I was going to say, 1920s, you don't really have a lot of reference photos with like color, so it's kind of hard to be able to find something in New York, for example, to find like a hotel room in New York with like everything that you need. So you kind of have to pull from different photos and be able to kind of come up with in your mind what you want and then draw that, and then Joe puts it together and you're able to paint it. So it's cool.
I'd say for costuming, it's really interesting because we don't have any costumes that are from that era because it's so hard to preserve them. So a lot of our costumes are mainly because they're donated from people. We get a lot of 80s costumes, which is fun to try to convert into something that looks somewhat 20s. So if you notice, a lot of our dresses are actually from the 80s, and we just lengthen the hem or change the waistline. We added a lot of props for the show, like gloves and hats and pearls and things, to try to convert them, but we're not completely accurate, but we do our best. Any of the actors?
I'd say the most difficult thing about doing a more period show like this is that you have to be really conscious of everything you do, not just like how you walk, but how you stand, sit, everything, and being aware of just like your body at all times and also your tone and trying to adopt those mannerisms, especially for people who just grew up in 2000s. It's not anything we're ever familiar with, and so we kind of just have to do our best, like watching movies that take place in that times and try to adopt the personalities of those types of people.
One of the hardest things for me was understanding the jokes, because I would just say the line and then our wonderful director Jamie would be like, "Oh yeah, Chloe, you get that joke?" And I was like, "Wait, there was a joke?" So it was hard making me understand it so that I could convey it to the audience, and just the different languages, and it was hard in the rehearsal process just because we were practicing in a white room with chairs, and then actually having our costumes and being on the set was totally mind-changing, and it's really awesome.
One thing I think is very cool is this play takes place when this auditorium went up. So it's like, imagine that's when this was built. This is when this takes place.
I always say if the walls could talk.
Jamie, do you want to say anything? And I just want to introduce, so our director is Jamie Roberts over here. And Robert Rotenberry is the head of our theater department, our acting department. He's right here. And Joe Batte is head of technical theater. So this is the man. And Christina Perez isn't here tonight, but she's our costume instructor, so she's not here. But so we have a lot going on, and we are the Theater Guild. So and my name is Danielle Chatton. I'm just part of your guild. So we're volunteers, and we just help support the program. So we're kind of unusual in that we have so many categories, where it's acting, dramatic production, technical theater, and costume design. So we're special like that. Oh, question.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they not only designed the sets, they painted the pictures too.
Yeah. Oh, here.
Was it hard to talk in accents?
Was it hard to what?
Hard to talk in accent?
Yeah.
Accent, like accent.
Oh, hard to talk in accent.
One of the actors was actually French.
Yeah, it was hard. I'm lucky enough, though, that one of my good friends, Julie DeVoe, she was in the show as well. She spent a lot of her life in France, and she ended up helping me pretty much the entire way through. So without her, I would have sounded a lot more Italian. And yeah, so if any of you ever have like accent things you're working on, if you can find someone who knows that accent really well, like honestly, I owe the whole thing to her. So.
I also had an accent. I was a little bit Southern. I've had like multiple plays where I had to be British, and I feel like it's fun working on an accent, but it's really easy to slip out of it. So you need to really be conscientious of what you're saying and how you're saying it to make sure you don't slip out of your accent sometimes.
Okay, any other questions? Oh, right here. Okay.
Just wanted to see what the time commitment is for a freshman coming in to do tech. I know they said it's a couple hours twice a week, but how much are we looking at considering their
Yeah, a freshman coming in the first year, they're going to go to classes 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Wednesday. They do get to work some shows. They do get to work on a little bit on the sets, but primarily they're getting their education in all the parts of technical theater. A lot of the real work, the design and stuff gets done by the Tech 2 kids, which that's sophomores on up. However, we had a freshman who was stage sound technician. We had some freshmen who were in run crew. We had some freshmen who were in props. So they do get to work the shows. But most of the design The designing, the building, the painting, the calling of the shows, the running of the shows and sound and lights are done by the advanced kids. Now those kids, some of them, I think they use the auditorium as their mailing address, and I've got to sometimes say, go home, because they love to be here so much and they're here so often, and they develop lifelong friendships because of the fact that costumers, technicians, they're here all the time. They're working on a show all the time. They spend a lot of time together, and they become kind of like a family. So it's a great experience for them and a real positive experience. And I don't know about the costumers, but the techies, when they get out of here, if they know how to operate those light and sound boards, they're in demand by not only the big colleges, but a lot of the businesses too. I have them everywhere, working Broadway to Disney. Any other questions? Thank you very, very much for coming here tonight, guys. We appreciate it. And thank you, too. All right? Oh, the gifts. Okay, thank you, everyone. We got another show tomorrow, too.